We are about to watch the playground sequence in Toy Story 4.
This is a really pivotal part of a film when, in toy mode, Woody and Bo see each other for the first time.
We knew when we saw the first boards that this was a pivotal moment in the movie and that it did have to feel really special when Bo and Woody are reunited for the first time.
She's a new Bo. She's seen things. She's been through hard times.
Since one of the biggest rules in the Toy Story universe is they can't act alive when humans might see them, from a sets and design and character standpoint, story standpoint, we're always looking for ways for them to be able to be themselves, to be alive, and remain hidden.
And when we watch things like this, it's easy to take a lot of this for granted, but every single element that you're seeing on the frame here is created by someone.
We built the playground in pieces that could be easily moved around by the camera team and by animation so that the audience would always feel like Woody was hidden.
We can never forget that they're toys, and they should never be little people just running around.
So the toy dump truck here was very deliberately chosen so that you could hide in it. And then when the school bus pops up, he immediately runs for a bench. And that bench wasn't there at first, but animation said, hey, we need something for him to be able to get back to the sandbox.
Did you see him? How many are there?
Whoa, whoa!
I love that we got to incorporate these two toys. They were loosely inspired by toys I played with growing up, a Sky Dancer and another toy I remember that was like a cupcake.
Probably my favorite new toy in the whole movie is the shark.
Him rowing up the slide kills me every time. Just his expression, especially in the boards, it was just like, he's so happy.
Every screening, that got a big laugh.
We learn about all sorts of things we wouldn't normally learn about, like the fact that this soft rubber ground, I think it's called poured rubber, and it's made out of recycled car tires.
When you see Woody lying on that blue rubber surface, the shader on this sequence has kids, so he's going to these playgrounds always, and he actually had a piece of this rubber surface in his office, and it really shows how he's got all the little details of that surface, even down to the little sparkles.
Okay, so Michael Yates boarded this awesome scene right here, and it's this great reveal of Bo because you're on the kid's feet, and then she picks him up, and you're in Woody's shoes when you finally reveal Bo.
I remember you talking about this before, how you wanted it to seem like the original Bo. The beautiful bodice and lace.
We wanted her to be immediately recognizable as Bo, so the first outfit you see her in is the skirt still. And another thing I love about their first meet is that it's in toy mode, so they can't express how they truly feel at first.
Another aspect of Bo that I love is anytime we see her in the movie, there's some symbol of the dots from her lampshade. And in this moment, it has to do with the tiny little shadows and dots of pinpricks of light in the trees. And there's just a tiny little bit of dust in the air that's out of focus.
And those circles that are formed out of focus are called bokeh or bokeh, or depending on who's saying it.
It's beautiful.
If you're Forky, you'd say boka.
Yeah.
It's sort of her theme throughout the movie.
Wow, that's amazing.
I remember Carrie working on this sequence and playing around with ideas of like, well, how could a child play with Bo in all these different ways? And this wraparound skirt was this key piece that could be anything that a kid wants it to be. A cloak, it could be a bag, it could be a parachute.
Ultimately, we wanted to show that Woody's out of his element and Bo knows exactly what she's doing. She plays on this playground all the time. So when they're set down, there's so much they want to say to each other, but she immediately stops them because she's like 3 steps ahead of them. She grabs the Frisbee and she takes off. So she knows like the perfect tool to use, just utilizing anything around her to get out of there and get into a more secluded area.
In her original lamp mode, the crook was this prop. It wasn't as important to her movement, but now that she's in the real world and on the go, this crook had to become this extension of her body. And I loved hearing from animation about how they were taking reference from throwing spears or looking into martial arts that helped influence how Bo would move with this as an extension of her arm.
When they tumble down, I love it because there's this awkwardness and excitement between the two of them. Something he doesn't know about her yet is she's figured out this really smart way of getting around, and it's with this very strange thing that we call a skunkmobile.
Skunk! Skunk!
Watch out!
Ah!
She's taken this RC car and she's fashioned all these recycled parts over it to look like a skunk, because what better way to get around than an animal that no one wants to come in close contact with? Another like really technically hard thing, while Woody's talking to her right here, she takes off her skirt in front of him in this really casually cool way that's effortless, so it shows her character. But behind the scenes, that was actually like really hard to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were initially talking about her taking off her skirt or her cape, and we're like, oh, well, we'll do that off screen, right? Yeah, that will be off screen. We'll never see that. And
But then I boarded it.
yeah, you're bored. We're like, okay, let's do this. It was daunting. Anytime you're dealing with loose organic cloth, you're always going to have challenges of consistency from shot to shot and just control of the movement.
When you're storyboarding, do you realize how much power you have based on
Oh, I have no power.
based on what you draw?
I just plead, please, please, you guys, make this look awesome. Make this look cool.
So a fun fact about this cape is that it's thrown down next to, in sets, our smallest environment, Giggle McDimple's police badge, which when opened up forms her little house.
When you first see her, she's actually at her desk up there looking at this like beautiful mind chart of who knows what's going on in Pet Patrol land.
Yeah, I remember in the early boards, there was a much closer shot on her at that table in front of that board there, and she was talking about how she lost her friend back in that version.
In one version of the movie, we had this whole backstory of a partner that she had that was a dog, and she lost him. So it's that trope of, I lost my partner out in the field.
Yeah, I love all these details that were put into there, from like the clipboard to the big map in the background.
Yeah, her friend's food. She's eating a donut and he's eating a bone since he's a dog.
I love this. I'm seeing it for the first time. You guys put a water cooler in there. That's such a great detail.
Toy Story 4 might have more Easter eggs than any Pixar movie, and so we try to hide some in almost every scene. And here, the battery pack inside the skunkmobile, the brand name is B&L, which is by and large from Wall-E. And the sheep find a bottle cap that they bring over. That's a grape soda bottle cap from the movie Up.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Combat Carl's getting played with. You guys in?
This is something that wasn't written in the script, and I just added. So it really like tickles me that it actually made it into the movie. That Arctic goes for the high five and is missed.
It's comedy gold.
Yeah, I love high
this
five
gag.
jokes.
Yeah.
That's so cool you boarded that, Carrie, because yeah, that got a huge laugh every time when I watched it.
Yeah, every single time.
Oh, thank you.
All right, guess we're doing this. Let's ride!
It's a lot of time by a lot of very talented people in a lot of departments to create these images. Everything is hand modeled to create the form, everything is hand shaded for how it will look like, then interacted with and animated and lit.
I love seeing all the details, the dirt on the tires, the fur on the skunk, like seeing just everything come together, all those details that everyone has been nitpicking over, and have them all combined into this beautiful piece.
And for just every team to get involved and add their layer of detail, professionalism and polish and come together to get to the point where hopefully at this moment that the audience would just get goosebumps seeing them reunited.
I've always felt we were able to make something together that none of us could achieve by ourselves, and that's part of the magic of all working together here at Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
Second chance antiques and step on it.
Hey.
So what? What? I can't.
Whoa!
Ah.
Ooh. Ah. Ooh.
What? Huh? Ha ha! Yeah! Ha! Yes! Kaboom! Oh! Woo! Ha ha!
Ooh, wow.
Yeah! Yeah! Ha ha!
When I heard Bo Peep was going to be a main character, I was kind of surprised.
Oh, Bo.
What are we gonna do? She's porcelain, she's very limited in her movements.
I wanted to thank you, Woody, for saving my flock.
How are you gonna make that character work?
Well, I figured they were going to have to take her off her pedestal.
She's sort of this strange, unexplained toy object, and while that was really challenging to figure out what to do with her and what her story was, it also gave her a bigger space to grow in. Everyone seems to think that already existing characters are so much easier to work on. And in a sense, you're like, well, yeah, you know who their voice is, and you've already cemented some of their personality. But it's hard because you're kind of boxed in as well.
It was a combination of wanting to honor what had come before and also creating something new.
First thing we did is we went back and we looked at classic Bo.
We actually met with the creator of the old model, Garlin.
I modeled Bo Peep in the first
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So Bo was created around 1992, 1993.
computers were much more limited than they are now. Most things were done using mathematics.
I think the old model was amazing for the time they built it. I was so impressed. And Galen actually said, start over, please.
One of the things that I really enjoyed about Bo was she always felt porcelain, and as a result, she always felt very reserved. And I loved that dichotomy against the sassy personality that she reflected, and I think that Annie Potts really brought to Bo Peep always.
Don't let it get to you, Woody. The point of playing a porcelain doll is she's not something that just sits bedside to serve. Woody's always trying to do right by his kid. She's much more multi-dimensional than that, and there's a lot to her.
We really dived into exploring her as a character. We experimented with her personality and her character traits, always in service to what the story needed.
There were so many versions of Bo because the story changed a lot. She was like Rosie the Riveter. She was helping other characters. She was a collector's doll with a fancy dress. She was a space girl with a spacesuit, fighting.
We would draw little sequences and pitch them. She's spinning uncontrollably and falls to the ground.
She became more of an action heroine type of character, and we spent a long time asking ourselves what that means for a character like Bo.
She would either sway very classical Hollywood, everything focused on her appearance, to very active and tough and fighting, and we didn't really want either one of those things.
What if she was just feminine and she was really graceful and she was kind of comfortable in her own skin?
Hold on!
Still really tough and could kick a lot of butt. What would that look like?
Anytime we take a character and we bring it forward in time, it's exciting because you get to take advantage of all the new technology.
We know she's made out of porcelain, and when porcelain figures got created in the fire process, all the nice hard details and edges got lost and smoothed out. That actually came into Bo's design. She has barely nose holes, her shapes are really smooth, her fingers are melting into each other.
For shading, the hardest thing about Bo overall was finding the amount of wear that she developed through her life of being outside of a kid's room. She's been through some stuff.
Life, beats us up in kind of a good way, softens us up a little bit, and you get some wisdom.
Some of the other exploration we did was we took porcelain and we broke it.
Follow me.
She's been through a lot, and she embraces those things. She's like, my arm's broken. Well, that's how it is.
She's gone through a tremendous transformation, even in the way she dresses.
She used all the same pieces, but we wanted to make her feel a little more fun. She is a toy, but she changed herself into a toy that could be more. She took her dress and she turned it into a skirt that could be two different skirts or a cape.
And it kind of represents that Bo is able to adapt to whatever situation she's in.
In this movie, she's much more active and more agile, and she's pretty cool.
We looked at gymnasts, we looked at dancers, we looked at figure skaters, people that have power in their physique, power in their posture, yet grace and beauty and this underlying smoothness to their movement.
One of the big things about the story is she has agency. She decides what she wants to do, where she wants to go, what kids to play with. She's not simply carried around by her kid and not really have any control over her life.
To me, her character really started to embrace the story of a woman's life. Like, I couldn't help but put myself into her character and all the challenges she has faced.
It was really cool that there were so many different women working on Bo, from story to modeling to animation.
When I think about who we were as women in an industry that was really predominantly male in the 90s, we were always very aware of that and trying to find our way and trying to find our voice. We had some reserve with a lot of sass that couldn't necessarily be expressed. And it's kind of exciting to see that Bo Peep's going to get a full voice, much like the women who work here now have and are working toward. And it's very exciting to see that reflected in the character of Bo Peep.
You would not believe the things I've seen. She's a woman for the new times. She's flexible, she's fierce, she's funny. Her little girl grew up and didn't need me anymore, so... and nobody's gonna mess with her.
Recording Ally Maki as Giggle McDimples, sequence 364, line 237, take 1.
Howdy, Sheriff. I'm Officer Giggle McDimples. Yeah, I run pet patrol for the city of Minneapolis.
That was great. I love it. Do it again.
Wait, what? Why?
Well, the first take's always awful, so do it like 50 more times. One of those will work.
Do you guys always record dialogue like this? Who are you?
Vince has recorded dialogue for all Pixar movies since the first Toy Story.
Wow, that's a lot of dialogue. But how was it created?
Great question. Star Wipe. But first we write the dialogue into a script format like this.
Then I perform it, right?
Not yet. You Hollywood types have very busy schedules. So we get a temporary actor to record the dialogue to hear what it sounds like. Someone like Val.
First, we record scratch dialogue, which is a temporary placeholder until we get the actual actor. I did the scratch dialogue for Giggle McDimples.
No way!
Yes way!
Ooh, good one, Val. Circle that take, Slansky.
Done.
What?
I keep track of every line of dialogue that's recorded for the entire film.
But isn't that like hundreds of thousands of lines?
I haven't slept in months.
We are constantly refining the dialogue, so Slansky notes whenever a line has been changed, or if the actor messes up a line, or if they mispronunciate something incorrectly, or if the actor is interrupted by...
Sorry.
If they're interrupted.
It's funny.
All my notes and the scratch recordings then go to editorial for processing.
Cool! Let's ride!
How does she know where to go?
Howdy, Sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff. What you doing, Jeff?
Oh, hey, Ally. I'm listening to every single recording session and transcribing everything exactly as it was said.
Not everything. I mean, that would be so much.
Everything.
We process dialogue so it's easier for the editors to find the lines while cutting scenes for the movie.
Who are you? Where's Josh?
He just had to leave for a moment. I'm, one of the PAs.
Okay, so PA, how long does processing scratch dialogue usually take?
Howdy, Sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy,
Sheriff.
Howdy,
Officer.
Sheriff.
Giggle
Officer.
Giggle. Officer. Giggle. Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy, Sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff. Patrol for Minneapolis.
I'm done.
Nice work, older and wiser and wrinklier Jeff. Let's see how it sounds cut into the film.
Howdy, Sheriff. Officer. Giggle. I run pet patrol for Minneapolis.
That sounds great, Axel.
Oh, hey, Josh, you're back. So does Axel talk?
You know, we're not sure.
Okay. So when do I record the lines?
Right after this 3D cube rotate transition.
Sequence 364, line 237, take 49.
Howdy, Sheriff. I'm Officer Giggle McDimples. Yeah, I run pet patrol for the city of Minneapolis.
Oh, that was perfect. All right, now all we have to do is record the voc sheet.
The what now?
It's a list of vocalizations or noises that we all make naturally.
Gasps, sighs, weird chuckles, efforts?
Yeah, we record this at the end of every recording session. Listen to all the laughter we've recorded with you over the years.
Nice.
We're still listening.
An editor will cut these vocs into the dialogue to help craft a natural performance. And it's my job to track every voc an actor makes.
Wouldn't that be like millions of random noises?
I'm screaming on the inside.
Wait, so if you have to record and log it again, does that mean we have to go back to...
Still processing your dialogue. Now I get to process all your vocs, too. This may take a while.
Ugh, I'm gonna go give it to her, Pixar. This is the Steve Jobs building. It was named after one of the founders of Pixar, Mr. Steve Building. Pixar wasn't an animation studio when it first started. It made high-end computers, which not many people really bought. This thing is less powerful than the phone in your pocket. You done yet?
Nope.
Mailboxes! Studio store! You done yet?
Not yet.
Aerial bar! This side keeps the food cold. This side keeps it really cold. Stairs! Cool art, fancy art. Oh, more art. Trash. Now that's art. A masterpiece. And I guess he's done. Back to the edit suite.
Howdy, Sheriff. Officer Giggle McDimples. I run Pet Patrol for Minneapolis.
Final. Let's animate it.
Howdy, Sheriff. Officer Giggle McDimples. I run Pet Patrol for Minneapolis.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So much time and hard work from everyone, but totally worth it.
And that was just one line. Now we do the rest of the movie.
Now, that's a lot of recording.
Yes. Yes, it is.
The first thing I heard was just that she was a redheaded doll.
Gabby is a classic baby doll from the 1950s with a pull string.
She lives in a curio cabinet in an antique store.
She's a little bit lost in time because she's been in here a long time.
Gabby has my color hair and blue eyes and is a creepy kind of doll. I grew up going to flea markets and antique stores and estate sales. First day I came in, they said, let me show you a little bit of what we've done with Gabby so far. I want you to see the animation of the antique store. And I just literally was like, oh, it's everything.
Gabby's story is that she had a kid, but when her child took her out of the box and pulled her string, her pull string didn't work right. Eventually she was given away, and she's sat in this antique store as long as anybody can remember. So she's never really had that experience of being played with.
I've been practicing.
We're queuing into the era of the dolls from mid-century. There's kind of a simplicity and a charm to her that's maybe a little bit dated. She has the rooted hair. She has the older style dress. They have the eyes that lift up and close when you lay down. They have a beautiful, almost glass-like quality. So she's got a very sympathetic feeling to her. Usually there's a character in a scene in any given moment that is a little higher status than the other. When you meet her, she's in her element.
My name is Gabby, and this is my very good friend, Benson.
She's higher than Woody. She's looking down on him. She just seems very in control, very happy.
Yes, I know, Bo.
You do?
Hop on in. We'll take you to her.
She doesn't have to ask for anything. Oh, just come with me. We'll help you out. But it's all with a smile, which makes it scarier. We intentionally tried to keep the blinks down because higher status people don't need to blink. They don't need to move as much. They're not nervous. They don't need to talk quickly.
She's got some henchmen, some handlers in there as well.
She surrounds herself with these ventriloquist dolls, which is a doll that I always wanted when I was little.
I remember my grandmother had a few of those at her house for some reason. They always scared me, and I think they scare everybody. They're just creepy, but they're funny.
They're really just mute henchmen. She could just say, go over there.
Stop him, please.
And they will go and do her bidding. They're based on this ventriloquist dummies that have wooden carved hands that are heavy. They would almost twist around in awkward positions that a human couldn't do. We would animate the body. It was almost like a zombie, where the body would drive everything, and even the head from the neck would just follow behind. That's just the way they move. They're not bad. They're just trying to help Gabby, that's all.
I'm so nervous. When they first asked me to play Gabby, I was like, okay, what kind of voice do you want? What are we gonna do? And they were like, your voice. I was like, oh, do I sound like a weird doll? Turns out I do. If you were to pull a string, what sort of like slightly friendlier voice would come out?
My record works just fine. It's the voice box that's broken.
Which is really fun because you can use that happy, polite voice.
Woody's back?
Gabby's telephone voice. In juxtaposition to when she gets a little bit more ominous.
You have what I need. Right inside.
She's doing whatever it takes to get the voice box because she feels that's what she needs to be complete.
She doesn't know any better, so the way she goes about getting what she needs, she sort of has to go about it in an aggressive way.
Harmony wasn't your only chance, Gabby, but we have to hurry.
No, Harmony was my chance. Now, after getting to play her for a while, she is misunderstood. She's just aching for love and to fill her toy destiny.
Forky is a craft project gone horribly right.
It started out just as a spork, and Bonnie takes craft supplies and creates this little man out of the spork, which becomes Forky.
I mean, I think there was just an original story sketch, and we just cracked up at the simplicity of truth to what a kid would do. Couldn't be over-designed, couldn't be too sophisticated. You know, what would our 5-year-old kids do?
Because it was so basic elements, these building blocks, the tongue depressor, the fork itself, and the pipe cleaners, that we had a thing called a spork shop.
Like literally a crafting time that we would have done when we were kindergartners. And what would come out of it? We lined up probably 100 different versions of Forkies. Some would have the face on the back side of the spoon, some on the front side of the spoon. Hands were done differently, but you could sort of see the similarity of how they might behave, and the look started to come out of that.
This is something we've never done before in the Toy Story universe, seeing the character come to life for the first time. And so Forky is kind of like a newborn baby in Bonnie's room, and over the course of the film, grows to be kind of like a toddler to Woody.
Forky! Garlin, Bob, Harris.
Forky's very aware I'm a spork, and this needs to stop.
I am not a toy. I'm a spork. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash. I'm litter! Freedom!
Forky is just in a constant identity crisis, which is really fun. And he's just a beautiful disaster.
Any toy we animate, we think what the materials are and what is the truth of those materials. Woody is floppy ragdoll. Buzz is a hard plastic action figure. Forky is a plastic spork. We intentionally kept pulling back and saying, no, don't do gestures, don't move things around, keep the eyes unfocused. It almost feels handmade, the way a kid might animate it.
Hello, I'm Forky.
I always thought of Forky as a catalyst. His naivete about being a toy and what that means.
Why do I have to be a toy?
Really also forced Woody to think about what it means to be a toy.
You are going to be there for Andy when he
Who's Andy?
He can ask a lot of the right questions that no one asks, anyone else in the movie.
Well, what's your job?
Forky is a utensil that somehow makes us question the nature of existence.
Duke Kaboom is a 70s toy.
He's a stunt guy from Canada. You got Keanu Reeves from Canada who loves motorcycles. The planets aligned on that character.
Yeah, Duke Kaboom having a motorcycle was fantastic.
He's really made to be on the bike. And so off the bike, he's got kind of a funny stance because he's really not meant to walk anywhere. He rides.
His head doesn't do this. It just goes side to side.
He's got 2 hand poses. This one, which is standard action figure grip, and thumbs up.
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman.
When we were in pre-production for Duke Kaboom, Keanu Reeves came in. I was doing a walk cycle, and I didn't have a chance to do any animation yet, so I just did some posing. We showed him the poses of Duke on the bike.
And I don't know what it was, but I instantly connected to Duke Kaboom, and, I felt like his physicality was important, so I wanted him to, even when he's talking to you, he's doing stunts. He can't help himself.
Keanu just dug in, and he literally started doing it, standing on tables.
Ha! Ha ha! Yes! Yes! No!
And then he went, well, what do you think he sounds like? And I said, I don't know. And he just started doing different voices.
I wanted to have a bravado, but then also kind of, you know, just a kind of internalism. Be who I am right now. You know, he's still figuring stuff out.
And then he started doing the Rajan.
Rajan was so excited when he got me after Christmas.
And I saw, oh, that's the actual dude. The one who has this traumatic experience from the past that's just still eating away at him. And he's covering it up with this stuntman bravado.
Oh, yeah. My swan Duke Kaboom.
I know, I can't believe it. Man, thank you so much.
I like his heart. What brings you back, Peep? I like the warmth of the character.
Oh man, I can do this.
I like that he's brave and vulnerable.
What Keanu brought to it was just, he really made him three-dimensional.
Kaboom.
Kaboom!
We're helping kids who wanna flip their lids, ain't trying to get rich. Okay. Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it.
That was us practicing, right?
Ducky and Bunny are cheap toys.
They are carnival toys that have been hanging in one of those carnival games for years. They're sun-faded, they smell like corn dogs. I always love the idea of having carnival toys in the movie because we've never done that before. They have kind of the worst situation out of any toy.
They're in the worst real estate, top right corner. You know, and so it's like, no one's looking up here.
We had an idea of what their role in the story was, but it wasn't until we were in the studio with Key and Peele when they both sort of said, these guys would be limited with limited knowledge of the world because they're stuck in this booth.
What you looking at, ma'am? You ain't never seen two toys come to life?
Just this unfair world of being a toy you can't win.
Yeah, that's how long we've been hanging up there waiting for a kid.
They're looking for the unconditional love.
I need a child to shower you with unconditional love. Join the club, pal. Yeah, join the club.
And so when Buzz shows up, it's like, whoa, 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 you know, we're not an easy prize to win. And you set us back a bit, buddy.
If you think you can just show up and take our top prize spots, you're wrong.
I think they're hilarious. They're super funny.
We're getting a kid. We're gonna get a kid.
All right, let's go.
We got a kid. We got a
Jordan and I spend a lot of time on the road or backstage at a venue, and we sing to each other. And so it was something that came up in the creating of the characters within the story. It's like, so this is a song, I'm not really sure what, they're doing it. Oh, they're doing it.
I'm not the one, but Bo knows how. You know we to show her how to love.
The patter between them was truthful and funny already.
You figure out a way to get the keys. We're gonna sit over here. Good luck with the cat.
And I think that's what we get with Ducky and Bunny.
It was so important that they read each other's minds. They needed to be able to finish each other's sentences.
Oh, no way. Stuff that.
They needed to be able to annoy each other and be best friends.
They would do anything for the other one, but at the same time, they get on each other's nerves. You would too if you were connected to another being for your entire existence.
Are you kidding me?
You walk behind me.
What you mean walk behind me?
We gonna do like a teardrop.
Okay. No. Oh, buddy. It's gonna be okay.
Giggle McDimples is what I would just say in one word is she is a boss.
She's the smallest character in the Toy Story world. It's sort of a Jiminy Cricket type of character.
She's this big. She uses her size to her advantage of what she's able to accomplish.
When we animated her, we tried to, as much as possible, keep the shape language simple. Just like a flea. Bing, bing, bing. She'll just hop around.
Giggle is essentially Bo's best friend and confidant.
Best friends like this.
Okay, spill it. The cowboy. What's the deal?
They're like the Laverne and Shirley of the Pixar world.
You know about me and He-Man. I'm not proud.
And she's excited to be a cop, to be an officer of the law.
I run Pet Patrol for Minneapolis. Yeah, search and rescue.
She can put on her cop glasses, have her hop into the next scene, it'll just cut, and she's got them on.
All right, guess we're doing this. Let's ride!
That means business.
I hope that Giggle McDimples shows girls that they are so powerful no matter how small or shy, and you can go out there and really kick butt.
Move your flush! Let's ride!
The Buzz and Woody relationship has really been the core of the Toy Story movies.
Buzz and Woody have created a bond together through all their adventures, whether it's being strapped to a rocket or Buzz rescuing Woody from the clutches of the evil prospector, or the two of them holding hands as they faced imminent mortality.
And in Toy Story 4, their relationship is really put to the test.
To infinity and beyond!
Woody, when we start Toy Story 4, is in Bonnie's room and doesn't know what his role in the room is. He's trying to find a new purpose in life. For years, his purpose in life was to take care of Andy and to be there for Andy.
Bonnie's different. She's not Andy. When she creates Forky and sort of falls in love with Forky, Woody sees himself as like, my job is to take care of that toy.
Woody's duty is to make a kid happy. Not just happy, but secure, safe, to feel reassured.
Buzz sees that this is something Woody needs.
I need to do this. That little voice inside me would never leave me alone if I gave up.
Early on in the film, Buzz learns about what an inner voice is, which is like our conscience.
The voice inside of you. Who do you think it is? Me?
He's interpreting his own voice box as being kind of his conscience.
So your inner voice advises you.
There's only so many choices his inner voice gives him, but it does what Buzz does best.
The slingshot maneuver is all we've got. Full speed ahead.
There's nothing better than Buzz on your side when you gotta get stuff done.
Meteor shower, look out!
Woody? Good work, inner voice.
Throughout Toy Story 4, Woody's purpose is to get Forky back to Bonnie.
Along the way, he's reunited with Bo Peep, the long-lost love of his life. And this has a massive impact on him because he hasn't seen her in 9 years. You couple this with the fact that Bo and Woody together act as a team to help Gabby Gabby get with a kid. They realize they've got the power to do something selfless in the world.
Buzz sees that Woody yearns to be able to do more in the world.
He does the right thing for his buddy, which is the last thing he wants to do.
Bonnie, we'll be okay.
Sometimes the right thing to do is really, really hard to do.
The concept of the inner voice for Buzz becomes a device for trusting yourself.
You sure? Hey, listen to your inner voice. When you meet the love of your life, you end up redefining your purpose.
Having Woody go through something with Bo Peep that's big enough so that he decides to say goodbye to his family, that's a huge move.
Buzz and Woody, as established in the first film, are meant to be together, and to see them go their separate ways is hard.
I'm going to miss the two of them together.
I knew that because of that relationship between the two of them, having them split up at the end would be powerful and would be emotional. Almost like saying goodbye to a friend who's moved away. We've all had that experience, and so it felt right to do that here.
Neither of those characters would be who they are without the other one.
Buzz now has to stand on his own 2 feet, and Woody also has to expand who he is. It opens up a world that is gigantic and emotional, and the arc is tremendous.
To infinity and beyond.
Pixar probably has more toys lying around than the average office.
I love toys so much, I never outgrew it.
We love toys. This is kind of what we're all about.
We surround ourselves with all sorts of toys from our childhood and the things that we had and the things we couldn't have.
Chances are, if you're a human being, there is a single toy that you can remember as being the most important toy you've ever had because it unlocked some aspect of your imagination.
Toys are special. I consider them my friends.
You create this sort of magic kingdom for yourself with toys.
The thing that makes toys special is they will play whatever game the kid wants to play. That's something that you can't really get with anything else.
In the old days, if you were bored on an airplane or in a hotel room or in the back of a car, you had this toy that made the journey with you, and you were no longer in that car or on that airplane. You were in the world that you created with this toy.
I started on the Lego pretty young.
Major Matt Mason was my favorite toy of all time because he was in space.
I was such a super shy kid, so I spent a lot of time in my room alone.
It wasn't really about like, oh, make the thing on the box. You do that once and then you're like...
It cost $1.25, which I bought with my own money.
Setting up my Polly Pockets.
You're usually sitting on the floor.
And putting them all out on the mat and making them talk to each other.
and then you pour the pile in front of you, and then you start building,
Look how tiny they are.
and 4 hours has gone by.
I have maybe 100 of these things in here.
For me, it was all about spaceships.
Meet Major Matt Mason, Mattel's Man in Space.
There was a wire inside, and if that broke, well, then that arm could no longer do that. But I just worked it into his stories.
I never really Legoed with other people. Once in a while.
You would place all of the houses on the mat.
I mostly Legoed alone.
1, 2. I mean, come on. This is like Transformers, but better.
When I was a kid, I was scared of monsters. My dad brought this guy home and he said, the best way to fight a monster is with a monster. At night when I was sleeping, this guy was on watch for me.
I was a big Barbie person. I imagined they were living an adult life. My Barbies had apartments and boyfriends and jobs, and I just thought that was like, you know, the most exciting thing. Now I'm like, oh, goodness. I have all those things. It's exhausting.
My favorite was Beaker. He was always like, meh, 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 meh. I laughed so hard at that because everybody else was talking and making jokes, and he was like, meh, 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 meh.
This was my favorite toy growing up. His name is Gigi. I would bring him everywhere. Just look at him. He's so cute.
No judgment. Most other adults tend to kind of grow out of toys, whereas Pixar people tend to kind of cling to it.
I like to think that a lot of us animators and artists, we'd never really grew up.
Can an office be too full of toys? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's actually hard to find a spot that we don't see a toys. I mean, you can see a toy everywhere.
The Toy Story 4 War Room is where all the animators gather to talk about their shots.
So we're asking that each one of them bring in a toy from their childhood or something that's sentimental to them. There's some history behind a toy. What is your Toy Story?
It's full of toys and we actually use them.
What does it feel like when he...
It helps a lot to keep you inspired and to help in animation.
There's a toy right there, up on the bookcase. It's everywhere.
Toys are the perfect protagonist because there's almost no one who hasn't had a relationship with a toy as a kid.
We stay connected to toys because when you're a kid and you play with toys, you're creating these worlds and telling these stories. It's really not that different than what we do now, except for it's all in the computer and the toys are really expensive. Through a series of unfortunate events, I lost all my toys. I was having a conversation with my wife about our first memories of life. For me, that was standing in my grandmother's driveway playing with this Mr. T doll. For my birthday, her and my kids, they got it for me. I remember being overwhelmed with emotion because I was back at my grandma's house and I could smell the smells and feel the feels.
Once the eBay door opened, I've been able to track down so many great things. The thing I love about these designs is this is the guy who's gonna try to convince you of something upright and yellow, and then you've got this blue grumpy wedge. Almost everything about his design says no.
It's like a treasure hunt. You're looking for this one thing, and there's something really romantic about the flaws and to know that that toy has had a life. At some point in time, it was loved.
Everybody has that specific thing in which a toy did something again and again and again in their lives. That's a very, very powerful bond that you never ever forget.
I started at Pixar as a story artist, and my job was to generate ideas constantly, nonstop. I did that for a lot of films, and most of your ideas don't get used, but director's in charge of cutting them out, and now I'm on the other side of that coin. As the director, I'm cutting out scenes all the time, and it feels good. No, I'm joking. It's horrible. What you're about to watch is deleted scenes from Toy Story 4. Truth be told, there's probably like enough deleted scenes to make 10 Toy Story 4 movies. There are a lot of ideas that are so entertaining and so much fun to watch that ultimately just don't serve the story. But we have deleted scenes, so we can watch them now. So this scene was one of the first times that we began to unlock Bo's personality. We knew that we wanted to meet her much later in time, and for Woody to be surprised by her. He expects her to be one way, but she's completely changed over time. There are some similarities to the film in this scene, but there's some things that are quite different. For example, Ducky and Bunny were named Buster and Bill, and they weren't carnival toys. They were from the antique store, and they were already friends with Bo. Buster was like one of those storytelling toys that had a tape cassette in his stomach, and Bill was his accessory. Ultimately, it was more about getting Woody and Bo together and just seeing their relationship after not seeing each other for a long time, which was more important than the fun of running around the playground. So even though this scene didn't belong in the final film, I'm really glad we get to see it here. I really enjoyed working on it, and I hope you enjoy watching it.
Here we go. Ha! I got a good feeling about this one. Buster, time?
1 minute!
Bill!
Hey!
Hold this. Don't let go. Step to the right. Again. Hands up. Perfect. Don't move.
What is happening?
Release the Kraken!
Oh!
Go! Bill, how's it looking?
Afternoon naps are over. Right on schedule.
Which parents?
I see helicopter mom, negligent nanny, and, cell phone dad.
All right, that's Lisa, Wendy, Trevor, Cooper. All ages 6 and under. Stick her up! Leave it there. Bright colors help you stand out against the sand.
But the kids will see us!
Yeah, that's the point. How else are you gonna get played with?
Played with? Hey, heads up, Mom Jeans is here!
Did she bring baby?
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from baby. Buster, what do you say we go surfing?
Surfing it is.
Here they come! Gigs, locked and loaded. Buster! It's a good day to play!
Michael, let's go!
Coming! Bye! Hi. Baby? Put me down! Bad baby!
What you got there, baby?
Hey! Drop me! Drop me!
Wanna go bye-bye, baby?
Who wants to go bye-bye?
Tristan! Juniper, get in the car!
One of the hardest things about being a director is having to cut things that you love, and I loved this scene so much, but you get to see it here. So this scene was from a time when the movie was completely different. The antique store was always there, but this antique store was like a huge city for all these antique toys. The way that Woody met Bo originally was he was pulled into this underground gambling den where all these toys are playing Monopoly and Connect Four and Hungry Hungry Hippos. And that's how he bumped into Bo. After he sees her, he would kind of go back in time and see all the moments they had together, all the memories of hers just rushing in. And so they have this really fun first meet. I do miss parts of this scene. There was the fun of having toys gambling on Hungry Hungry Hippos. I always thought that was hilarious. I mean, ultimately, this version of the film just wasn't supporting Woody's story, Woody and Bo's relationship. So we had to pare down and just make it simpler. And so the idea of a huge toy city had to go.
Excuse me.
No.
Okay. Hello. Is there a toy doctor around?
Move it, pal.
Do you need some help?
Hi there. Yes, do you know where I might find the toy?
Hey, what? Hey, what? My hat! Hey, what? And all bets are placed. Players to your marks.
Player rolls a 7, then ball lands on Park Place.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
This game will never end.
2, 3, 4. Hi-ho, cheerio!
We have a winner!
Hey, that's mine.
And all bets are placed. Players to your marks and eat. Winner.
Excuse me, I know you just won that hat, but it actually belongs to me. See, a tiny fox traded it for batteries, which is how I...
Woody?
Bo?
Woody!
I can't believe it. I never thought I'd see you again, Bo.
Woody, what are you doing here?
She added marbles. Cheater!
Woody, run!
Whoa!
Bill, where are you?
I'm here! I got you, Bo! I'm ripped!
I can fix you. We've got a guest.
What? Oh!
Bill, Woody, Bill.
Howdy.
Pain.
Let's go. She got away with our stuff!
We did so much research on these films, and we went to a ton of antique stores. There's like things that every antique store has. One of them is these tiny little statues that say stuff like #1 grandson and I love you, daddy. And then there's always a Santa Claus. Every antique store has a Santa Claus somewhere, and usually they're the ones that dance and sing. From day one, I always wanted that to be in the movie. If I had 5 extra minutes, I'd put this back in the film.
Stay close.
Bait it!
Gabby is in the back of the store. The safest way is to stay out of the aisles. We don't want her to know we're here. And don't wander. Toys can get really possessive about their shelf space. We'll cut through here.
Well, well, well. What have we here? Looks like someone lost their toys.
Okay, calm down, grandson. We don't want your shelf space. We're just passing through.
You toys are all the same. Only problem is, this booth is figurines only. We don't play well with your kind.
Oh, hold on. Look, doesn't have to be like this. We're leaving.
Yes, you are. And we're gonna make sure you never come back. #1 grandson wants to party!
Help!
Whoa!
Let's go, run!
was that about?
Everyone in here is desperate to get sold.
'Tis the season for desperation. The owners have begun the summer cleaning. They're slashing prices, making room for new inventory. No one is safe.
What'll happen to all the toys here?
Ah, not again. You set off my motion detector. Where was I? Oh yeah. No one is safe. Leave now, or face certain doom.
Thanks, Santa. Can we still get to the back through here?
Yes, make a right through the lighting section.
Merry Christmas.
So, he's come back. And you're sure it's the same cowboy?
He's the same Joe, all right.
When you go to a carnival, there's knockoff toys all over the place. And those are usually the Carnival Prizes, are these knockoff toys. So knowing that we were going to be near a carnival, I thought it'd be so much fun to have knockoff Buzz Lightyear toys. And so we created this scene where Buzz actually meets his own knockoffs. The fun thing with them was that you could do anything. They don't have to pay attention to any of the rules of the world. I love this scene so much. I wish this was in the film. I really do. But you get to see it right now.
Who goes there? What? Oh no.
Your face is funny.
It looks like an angry thumb.
It's so soft. Why did it have to be knockoffs?
A knockoff! Where? Attack formation!
Show yourself, you filthy demons.
I'll protect you.
No, you are the knockoffs. Cheap imitations of the real Buzz Lightyear. A poorly made copy of me.
Copies? We're not copies. There's only one Biz Leap Year, star comrade of the 5th Allegiance.
And I am Buzztron, space robo leader of Attack Force. In space.
I am Blip Laserfist, and I like to dance.
Together, we lure unsuspecting children to waste dollars on unbeatable carnival games.
And we're the best.
To infinity and behind.
It's to infinity and beyond.
To infrequently end a song.
No.
To eternity and ping pong.
Forget I mentioned it. Can you help me out of these ties?
Affirmative.
Chop, chop, chop.
What? Where did you get a brick? No!
I wish you were my dad.
Don't be locked. Don't be locked. Don't be...
Yup, it's locked.
Don't worry, Dad. We can help you escape.
Attack formation!
Chop, 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 chop. Chop. We have failed you, Father.
I'm sorry. You're now like us, never to be with a kid.
You've never been played with?
What is play?
We are attractive prizes, made to entice, but never to be acquired.
The chance of winning Star Adventurer is 0.001%.
What is percent?
This game is rigged?
All carnival games are.
We will never be one.
What is...
Silence.
What?
You're now one of us. We shall travel the country together, bringing grief and disappointment to children of all counties.
No, thank you.
What the?
To insanity and a pond.
We did it!
Mission complete. Commence celebration.
Nice work, crew.
What is wrong with all of you?
Nothing! We helped you escape!
I don't need your help. Go away!
But we want to go with you.
You just attacked a grown man!
Was that wrong?
And you stole his wallet!
We can split it 4 ways.
Teach us to be like you, Daddy.
Okay, let me be very clear. I'm going that way. I do not want you to follow me. Goodbye.
This scene is very close to the final scene in the movie where Bo and Woody meet Duke Kaboom for the first time. The lead up to it is a little different. In order to find Duke, Bo and Woody originally had to go talk to these pop-up pals. But our pop-up pals are real jerks, and Bo knows who they are and knows how to deal with them. And she has to persuade them to help her. You'll see how she does that.
Where are we going?
They moved it? You gotta be kidding me.
Moved what?
Tinnies. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
What was that?
Someone's outside.
Go see who it is.
Are you crazy? You see who it is.
All right, jeez. What?
Hi there. Sorry to bother you. Do you know where they moved Tinnies? It used to be right here and...
Nope.
That was messed up. You know where it is.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Oh, he's still here.
Watch this. Hello. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking for Tinnies. It's kind of an emergency.
I'm sorry, Lenny's?
Tinnies! Hey! Give it back! Hey!
Okay. Ginny's moved to the back corner, under the neon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your help. Have a nice day. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Getting help. Tinny! It's nice to see you too. How have you been? Oh, yeah, he's with me. Tinny, that's not funny. Be nice.
Is he here?
No, I'll find him. Thanks, Tinny.
Whoa!
Hey, watch it.
Aww.
Excuse me.
I love you so much.
Okay, I think you've had enough.
Hey, watch it, cowboy.
Whoa!
Hey, Bo. Wanna buy me? I'm half off.
Hey, Ted, I saw your better half at the front of the store.
I'll get it later.
He doesn't like you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't like you either. Watch yourself, cowboy. Hey, stop it! Ah!
Who are we looking for?
An old friend. Here he comes.
Look who jumped 40 school buses and landed back into my life.
Hi, Duke.
Who's the cowboy?
Duke, Woody. Woody?
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Huh. Oh, yeah. Huh. Huh.
What's he doing?
Yes.
Posing. Duke, we need
Hold on. One more. Huh. What brings you back, Peep?
We need to rescue a toy from Gabby Gabby.
But more importantly, she has my sheep.
No. Billy, Goat, and Gruff? Those are my girls. Wait, what were you doing getting tangled up with Gabby Gabby? You know better.
Yep. Some toy thought it would be a good idea to wander into the aisle.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, does it?
Everybody knows the best route is behind the shelves.
That would have been a better route, wouldn't it?
Wow, this toy sounds like a complete idiot.
He does.
All right. I'm sure this toy is very sorry he didn't listen. He cares very much and is ready to help any way he can, okay?
Wait, are you that toy? Ugh.
So here's what I'm thinking.
The aisle is too dangerous. The only way inside Gabby's cabinet is for you to jump us in there. You are the only daredevil for the job.
Extremely risky. I like it.
So, you'll do it?
No.
Oh, please, Mr. Kaboom,
Call me Duke.
Okay, Duke, listen, I need...
No, I take that back. Mr. Kaboom sounded better.
Look, this is really important. My kid needs that sport, that toy, for kindergarten.
Stop. You have a kid?
Oh, hey, Duke. Show us some more poses. What do you say?
I had a kid.
Oh, no.
Regent. Regent was so excited when he got me after Christmas. It was the happiest Boxing Day of my life.
Duke Kaboom, riding the amazing Kaboom stunt cycle. Kaboom!
I was ready to finally do what I was made to do. But when Regent realized I couldn't jump as far as the toy in the commercial... It's a commercial! It's not real! I can't jump that far! Nobody can! It's not fair! Why, Regent? Why?
Okay, calm down, Duke. That was a long time ago.
I'll admit that's one thrilling stunt you have planned, Lamb Chops. But I can't.
Why not? Are you broken?
Not on the outside.
Duke, we need you to jump. Please.
I can't do it. The commercial keeps playing in my head.
Then don't watch it. Change the channel.
What?
You know why Rajan wanted you? Because he saw your commercial. And in it, you jumped over
a hockey rink, Niagara Falls, and the world's largest plate of poutine?
Yes!
But I can't do that.
You can't change the past, but doing this jump today will give you a second chance.
For what?
To be there for your kid. Prove to Rajan that you are the greatest Daredevil toy ever made.
Jump for Rajan. Jump for Rajan.
Can you do it?
Yes, I Canada.
Is this gonna work?
Yes.
It has to.
Bo,
What took you so long?
RoboCop is malfunctioning.
Buzz. Secret mission.
We've got 10 minutes until the store closes, then we're a go. You know what that means.
Oh, yeah, stakeout. No, I didn't do it right. Can you ask me again?
You know what that means.
Oh, yeah, a stakeout. I can do it better. One more?
Finding the ending of a movie is extremely hard, especially Toy Story film where you want it to be really impactful and really emotional. This one came pretty close. In this ending, Bo saw this child that she connected with, and she realized, oh, I actually would like to be with the kid again. And Woody realized in that moment, I'm going to have to let Bo go. So it's much more bittersweet in terms of their relationship. I really liked this ending, but we realized Woody wasn't changing as a character. He was kind of just the same Woody that was at the beginning of the movie, and everything just kind of reset. And we were trying to avoid that. So this ending, even though it was emotional, just ended up not being quite right for the film.
Woody! Everyone is with a kid. I can't believe you actually did it.
We did it, Bo. Together.
Thank you. She's the one.
What?
The girl from the store. She's the one.
toy. What is he doing here? He's broken.
I'm sorry, Bonnie, but he's an old toy. These things happen.
It's okay. You don't have to keep him if you don't want to.
There's a snake in my boot. You're my favorite deputy. Yeah!